Personal exercise number 1. Alright, so the first part is the funniest experience, and for some reason, funny to me means embarrassing. So I have kind of two stories, because one's kind of about me embarrassing myself, and then the other one's like I just laughed at someone else. So, in college, I did promotions with marketing. So at volleyball games, whenever they serve an ace, we throw t-shirts, right? And so you get up, and how the arena is set up, like the volleyball court is down, but there's no seats down along the bottom. There's like a couple like breakdown bleachers that they put out, but no one sits down there. They all sit up in the elevated seats, and so you get out there and you're having to throw up. And so I was like, okay, I gotta throw it really hard. It's gotta make it up there. That would be embarrassing if I didn't make it up there. So I was so concerned with throwing it as hard as I could that I forgot to look at where I was throwing. I threw it straight to the scoreboard, and it just hit and then fell right back down in front of me, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. But it was funny, and I believe that you should always laugh at yourself. But also, if you want to know how to roll a t-shirt, I'll let you know. But anyway, so then story number 2, which was hilarious. My friend Kimmy started dating a guy, and our friend Ashley came home from work, and apparently it was somebody's last day at work, and so she had been crying. She came in crying. We'd already told all these stories. Like, we started talking, we started telling stories, and we realized everything we were saying was making Ashley sound crazy. Then she walks in with mascara like streaked down her face, like crying, and we're all just staring at her, and here's this new guy in her apartment, and she's like, hey, she tries to like act like nothing's going on. Like, little did she know she had mascara all over her face the whole time. It was hilarious. But yeah, needless to say, that didn't work out for Kimmy. We scared him off. But anyway, so then my most courageous moment, which is kind of sad, but it was when I was about 7. My grandma had some internal bleeding. She fell out in the hallway while I was at their house, and I had to call 911 for my grandpa, and had to talk to my mom on the phone, and I was super calm through the whole thing, and it's pretty amazing. But kind of got on my mom's nerves how calm I was, because she was stressed out because I was trying to tell her, and I'm a 7-year-old and I'm getting distracted by the lights on the ambulance. And anyway, it was a whole thing. And then my best special recognition would have to be in a diversity and inclusion class that I had to take in undergrad. We had to do a poster project about diversity in sports and recreation, and me and my group did it on women in football, and the contrast between men's leagues where, they're shown as athletes, and then women's leagues where they're in lingerie or whatever. I mean, there are real women's football leagues, so you should look into that because it's kind of cool. They're pretty tough ladies. But anyway, so, but my teacher was so amazed by that she submitted it to a bigger diversity and inclusion contest, which was cool. I mean, we didn't win, but it was nice to be recognized for the effort. And then the most impulsive thing that I've ever done was I was sitting at my house and just decided, hey, I'm going to drive to Washington, D.C. to see my friend that was in the Air Force. So just planned nothing and left. So it's pretty impulsive, and probably the most impulsive thing I've ever done. So